Hey guys, what is going on? It's your boy Skrinks here. Today we're going to be talking about the QuickSort algorithm in Python. This is just a very basic example, and I'm going to go ahead and explain quicksorting as an algorithm. Um, Quicksorting is pretty much you're taking a list that's been unordered, so it's an unordered list, and what you want to do is you want to take a pivot for that list, you want to put it in the center. Once that's been in the center, you want to create two blank lists. And at the very end, what you're going to do is you're going to concatenate the two blank lists on either side of the pivot. So, what I've got here is a code snippet. It's got a function that I've defined as quicksort with the parameter sequence. And what I've done here is I've created a variable called length to store the length of sequence. And with this length, I'm gonna have a while loop saying while the length is less than or equal to 1, return sequence. So this is pretty much just gonna say whatever happens, just keep returning the sequence until this logic down here breaks. And so we're gonna have an else statement defining a variable pivot. Pivot is going to, in this case, be the very last number in any given sequence. So what this is going to do is it's going to continuously, for each iteration of this function, while it continues to go, it's going to store that last number, given, whatever it may be. If the last number is 11, the pivot's going to be 11. And then once 11 is that pivot, if the list is not ordered already, it will take the very last number after it's been ordered and make that the pivot again. And you'll see what I mean by that here in a second. So what I've now done is created a blank list called lower, which is going to store our lower values, so any value lower than the pivot, and a greater list, which is going to store any value greater than the pivot. So what I've done now is created a for loop. So I'm saying for the number in sequence, if this number is greater than the pivot, append it to the greater list, passing in I in this case, because this is what I've labeled it as. Otherwise, whatever other number it is, append it to lower. This way, if you have a series of numbers that is already repeating, so if you have like 4 zeros or 4 ones, it's not going to completely break. It's not either this or that. It's one or the other. Now, you want to return this statement, so you want to return this entire function, and you want to append the lower list first, and then you want to append the pivot to the middle, and then you want to append or concatenate, you want to concatenate the greater list. And now what I'm going to do is call the function, so call quicksort, and I'm going to give it a list. Now, remember, this is only a one parameter function. So you want to, make sure you're not passing in a million different parameters. You want to store it all in a list. So you'll just have, 1, 0, 0, 0, 3, 11, 1,100, and 10, and 7. So what this is going to do is it's going to go through this entire thing. It's going to say, hey, I've been given this list. 1, 0, 0, 0, etc. While the length of that is less than or equal to 1, return it. Otherwise, make the pivot, the variable pivot is going to store this last number. In this case, it's going to be 7. So any number lower than 7 is going to be stored in the lower list. Any number greater than 7 in the greater list. Now I want to iterate through that list. So this is the actual logic portion. So for whatever number is in the sequence, if that number is greater than pivot, put it in the greater list. Otherwise, put it in the lower list. And then here is pretty much just saying exactly what you want to happen. So you're going to concatenate the lower list plus the pivot and concatenate the greater list. And here is just print statement calling the function and passing the parameter. So I'm going to go ahead and run this, and you'll see that it's sorted the list. So the list is now 0, 0, 0, 1, 3, 7, 11, 1,110. So that's been all for the quicksort portion. If you guys have any questions, please let me know in the comments. I'll be more than happy to explain this to you. If you guys want me to do some more videos on 101 basics of Python and algorithms and ways to implement them, please let me know. Anyways, guys, have a great day, and thank you so much for watching.